Good morning, my friends. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are at or night. I am doing great, and I had a great weekend celebrating my anniversary with my wife, and it was wonderful connecting our lives and looking back of past 32 years and just to notice that we have evolved as individuals and as a couple to greater and better things, and we are still connected to each other in different atmosphere, different lifestyle, and we are growing together. So that's wonderful. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend as well. And so here we are on a Tuesday. I would like to share today on a subject that I was thinking about for a long time. I wanted to write that on Facebook, and I feel like this would be a better platform to share so a lot more people could view and get something out of it. We all have heard that cliche, if man shuts one door, God opens a window or another door. And why do we not use the window or the other door? And when I thought about that for my own self, because I have missed opportunities because of that, is because this main door, the opportunity that is that the door is so wide and easy and, able to go in and get what you want, go into your destiny. But sometimes that path just is shut. So the reference of window or another door is sometimes the size of the door or the window is smaller than what size we are. And what happens is going through that opening, we have to sometimes bend, crawl, go sideways because we might not fit through that very easily. And so, and at times, if you look a little deeper, sometimes we might say, I'm a chubby guy. So sometimes to fit into that, if I'm not fitting right now, maybe I need to lose some weight and flatten my stomach a little bit or whatever and squeeze myself through that door or that window. So that takes sometimes time and patience to do that. And when I started to think about all those things, it really opened my eyes that many times we are so focused on that one door that's shut. And because we have been fed this thought that don't give up, keep trying a door, knocking on that door, and using all the force we have, the energy to break that door open, when there is an opening right there next to it, but we are not understanding that, hey, maybe I could crawl out of there and or go sideways through this door. It's a smaller opening, but it's okay. And what I mean by that is, in life, we get opportunities that may not seem as in neon lights or a big wide opening. It's small opportunities, small beginnings. And we don't want to accept that because it doesn't fit our frame. It doesn't fit our thought process. The opening was small. I can go through that. And for example, a job that comes by us and we know we are a software programmer and a company hires you. And then they say, you know what? We can't use you here. I know you're skilled in programming the software and so forth, but we need you in accounts department. We are like, hey, I went to school and I'm a software engineer, spend a lot of money, and you're going to offer me an accountant's position, which I can do, but that's below my pay grade, below my knowledge. Why? But we know this. Just to take a company, say we were working for Caterpillar. You know what? I know you could build our software for our programming in advanced technology, but right now we are wanting to focus on our accounts because our accounts are in a mess and so forth. Now, Caterpillar being such a big company, if we look at our ego and say, hey, I can't take this because this is not what I'm on to school for. Why am I taking this job? And this is not going to pay me as much as a software engineer would. And we say, oh, I'm not going to take this. I'm going to wait for another one. And we are looking for the bigger opportunity that will bring us as a software engineer. But we have failed to take that opportunity. And in that process, we are unemployed. We are waiting. We don't get a paycheck. We have if we have a family, we are not able to support them. If we have borrowed money on student loan, we are not able to. The effects of not doing something that came by us because of our ego or because it was a smaller position than what we anticipated to get and so forth. These kind of mentality makes us not move forward. And I didn't have the ego. I would say, hey, this is an opportunity for me to get in to this huge company and I know I can grow. They have my resume. And once if I get in, do my work, what I need to do here, they will see my job. They know who I am, what I am, and eventually I will get my place. In the meantime, I'm getting a paycheck. I'm getting my bills paid. I'm supporting my family. And then I'm going to be moving forward in just growing with the company. That mindset allows us to become who we are supposed to be and reach our destiny. But because our egotistical attitude and the pride we carry, we don't want to accept and we miss the opportunity to grow and reach our destiny. For an example, I have a friend, they were living in a rental for longest time. They also had the desire, strong desire to own a home, have their, that they could enjoy. But because they were so complacent in where they were living a great life in a rental and doing what they wanted to do, all of a sudden, the landlord came and said, you got to vacate the home in 60 days. And the fact was, they did not have the money to go and get another house. Neither did they have enough money to put a huge deposit on another rental because the housing market was booming, the rental prices were going high. But even within that time, they got opportunity from people to help them get a house, do different things. But they have conditions attached to it and say, oh, we don't want that. I don't want this. So they had this mindset, I'm not going to accept anything that I don't want, which is fine. That is fine. But at the same time, they had not prepared themselves for what was going to come. So situation occurred. They had to move out. Their thought was, I am going to move, but I'm going to wait for God's direction. And me as a logical person, because I feel God already has given us wisdom to make choices, and he wants us to walk in that wisdom. Anyway, I welcome, we need to go and seek guidance, what to do, and so forth. Come to find out, my conversation with my friend, they say, well, I'm praying for the direction to where we need to go and what to do. I'm going to let God guide me. And in my mind, I'm thinking, you need to get out of here. You've got only 60 days. Why aren't you doing it? And whilst knowing that all these opportunities had come by, they were not taking it, but they were waiting for somebody to come and offer them a house just for free. And they did get that, but it was not big enough. And it was not in the area they wanted. So they rejected that. Then they found a place, an apartment, and it's very small. So they came from a large home of rental to a small apartment. They don't like it. But when they were given the opportunity to do different things and get things that they wanted, they didn't take it because they were waiting on God to guide them. Anyway, the other side of the coin also is they never prepared themselves with finances that they could buy a house. And they missed out on opportunities in life. Now, part of them blames God because, God, why did you take away our rental? We had a great house. One. Two, they're also feeling like they're blaming everybody else, the economy, the people who they're charging too much rent, they're greedy, and so forth. It's not their fault. It's us. We don't take the personal responsibility to take care of ourselves. And we miss those opportunities, then we blame everybody else. But we never look inside and say, hey, I should have been prepared. I should have seen that other small window that was there. I should have taken it. I didn't. And now I can't go anywhere but have to deal with the situation. There's another friend who I know has a career issue and doesn't know and supposedly says, I've tried everything. And person is a learned person and everything that I've absorbed in life, knowledge, but they never executed what they were supposed to do. And the point is, they always felt like this is big people that I need to listen to. They know what they're talking about and so forth. But did not mention in their books or in their seminar what they had to do to get to their destiny. One day I watched this show of Michael J. Fox, whoever knows. He's from Family Ties years ago. Sadly enough, he's suffering from Parkinson's. But I remember in one of his interview, he said, I did not have a phone in my room. He was in New York City. He did not have a phone. He was living in a very small apartment, dingy, nothing. He had a phone that was down the street, a pay phone in those days. And he had done an audition and he was waiting for his agent to get a call to see. And the agent said, okay, I'm going to be calling you on this day. So he had to stand by the pay phone, the booth, to get that call. And if he would have missed that call, he would have not been able to accept the offer that came to him. So the fact is that he was preparing himself, regardless of the circumstances, to get to his destiny. And what we do is we want only the specific types of opportunities that will give us all this freedom and whatever we want to do. We have to come back to the basics and say, I am where I am, but I know where I need to go. I know that. And once you know that, you're going to do everything in that power. And if this doesn't work, let me try it another way to get to my destiny. Or making an excuse on, hey, maybe it was not the right timing. Oh, maybe God doesn't want me to do. Oh, this happened, that happened. No, you left the game. You missed the opportunity because you were not consistent in doing what you wanted to do. You gave up. So we can't give up in life just because things don't work out the way we want it to. If we truly want something and truly desire to be in where we want to be, then we need to approach that with sensibility, with wisdom of God. And then we can achieve our goals. But giving excuses, blaming people for things that we didn't do is not the right thing. It's not the right attitude. So we need to reflect back on us and say, what am I doing that is stopping my growth, my destiny to where I need to be? And once we figure that out, we are going to be able to recognize it's not out there, it's us. I heard somebody say this, and it was a wonderful thing. There is God's list and there is our list. We have to do what we are supposed to do, and God is going to do what He's going to do. Why we get frustrated and angry and upset is because we are trying to do something God is supposed to do. Because He is the one who is doing things, but also we are supposed to be available, be pliable. But we are so rigid in our thinking. Let's be flexible and be able to crawl through those openings, squeeze ourselves through that, because opportunities keep happening and coming. So when you're in a station, standing on the platform, you got to see the trains are coming. It's your job to get on the train and get on to the destination you need to be. It's okay if you missed few trains. No worries. There's always another one. But you standing there at the station and complaining that I can't get on the train for whatever reason, the train is late and this and that. You see, you have made a choice of being on a platform of where you need to be, where you need to go to. Then you need to recognize which platform you need to be on. If it's a fast train and skipping all these different, then go on that platform and don't miss that opportunity to take that train. But remember, trains are coming every time. Opportunities are coming. We have to seize the opportunity. And if we seize the opportunity, we are going to be in our destiny. And if we don't, then we are always going to be complaining. And we are always going to be in want. So our growth happens when we take that opportunity. And we are in our destiny when we follow the principles and the rule book of God, the Creator. Because He has given us endless opportunities. He's given us wisdom and mind to create wealth. He doesn't, there is poverty in the world, and there's a lot of things we see, and we say, if God is there, why is this? But you got to also understand, if you look at in a microscopic thing, that a bird gets its food from somewhere. The Creator makes sure that the bird gets its food and is taken care of. So we are His creation, and we are human beings. He has given us endless opportunities. There is nothing that is not available to us. We have to just find it, tap into it, open the door, and walk into our destiny. But because we just have this thing that everything should come easy, and if it doesn't happen my way, then I'm going to blame everybody else, including God, because I don't want to take personal responsibility. So coming back to the point of missed opportunities is not because of someone else, it's because of us. Let's take a hard look at ourselves and say, why am I not using that window or that other door that is there, and continue on my journey to achieve my goals. And by this, I will end the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. Appreciate it. If you have any depth of knowledge or anything that you want to share, please do, because this is a part of growing for all of us, and I would love to hear from you.